talking about this, I want to share with you and with those watching. This right here is an amazing book. I love Alfie Kohn. I mean, he's so well educated. When you read this book, you really get a sense that he's done so much research. It's incredible. It's a fantastic book. And this one is on unconditional parenting. And but that's the name of the book. And it's an amazing book. When I first started reading it, I thought, unconditional parenting, really, can that be done? But I tell you, man, it changed my life. Wow. And so those are some of the ways that I try to be a better father. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing still. Yeah.
There's so many books that can tell you things. There's so many, I would say, documentaries or DVDs and stuff of that nature that can show you what other people been through. Yeah. But there's no way to tell yourself off reading a book, really, or off a DVD to really tell you how to be that perfect dad.
Yeah, true. And so let me ask you now, something that I'm fascinated by is fathers with daughters, right? And the differences, right? Like with my boys, they're boys. You toughen them up, and I tell them I love them all the time too, but they're easy, But with girls, I feel like on the one hand, I feel like I would be concerned to have a girl because I fear that I would just fall madly in love with her. Right. That's one. And then two is, how do I protect her from all these little maniacs that are running around?
I've thought of a lot of that, especially based on my childhood. Coming up as a teenager. And I would never want her to go through half of the stuff I've done back in the days towards females, which is kind of a gift and a curse when I think about it, as far as having a boy and having a girl. I kind of always wanted a baby girl. Yeah. That was just my dream.
Okay.
Of having a baby girl.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So what are some of the things that you're doing already, to prepare her for?
Well, those things would be teaching her the fundamentals, as far as the difference between a boy and a man. It's a difference.
Okay.
A boy can run out and just do random stuff, and a man takes care of his home, his family. Yeah. And what he was raised on, which is, to me, would be family. Above all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So and so then I say to my boys, I for instance, I tell them often to keep them safe, right? I don't want somebody to run up to them and say, "Hey, your dad told me to, you got to come with me," right? Yeah. So so we have a safe word, so that this person would have to say to them, your dad told me to, and here's the safe word, right? I mean, what do you do with your daughter to prepare her for or maybe if she gets separated in a crowded area, what do you do?
Recently we had an ethnic festival down the block.
Yeah.
They registered kids, actually.
Oh.
We're taking samples of hair and DNA.
Oh, wow.
So I registered her.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's definitely big for me also. And I can only imagine what a parent has to go through losing a kid.
Oh, my God, yeah.
In a mall or shopping or anything.
That must be great. Oh, I lose mine all the time.
Really?
I swear to you, when we were, I volunteer as a soccer coach. Yeah. And so then the game ended, and I'm cleaning up. I'm grabbing all this stuff, and I look up, everybody's gone. Wow. Everyone's disappeared, and I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, I don't see anybody anywhere. I gotta get on the phone and tell my wife that I've lost both my kids. No. It was insane. I'm on the phone. Thank God she doesn't pick up, and I see them all the way up at the top of the hill, and I'm like, okay, she didn't pick up. Oh, it's good. Everybody's safe. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
They move so quickly. You turn around and they're gone.
They do. They're very
You really
adventurous.
have to be. Yeah, right. You have to be, and this is why I think it's so important to go through the scenarios. Yeah. Don't talk to strangers, right? And here's another one here's something that and this is what I'm looking for you to tell me. Okay. This is one. This is I tell them. I said, no adult should talk to you more than twice. Right. In other words, once is when they say hello. And then after that, they have nothing else to say to you. Nothing. They shouldn't be engaging you.
Right. If you're not the parent or a teacher, then yeah, you're right.
Right?
You're absolutely right.
So I've told them that. I said, the moment that they come to try to talk to you a second time, walk away. I don't care I don't care if they think you're rude or anything. You just walk away. Come get me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell me, come on, you gotta tell me. Give me something juicy that you've said to prepare this child. No?
Well, let me see. I would say there was a scenario as far as school that came up one time where the teacher didn't know how to handle, like, as necessarily talking to a child.
Yeah.
You know, you have a degree and everything of that nature, but you have no physical, you know, reference, like how to speak to a child.
Okay.
Like, it just got out of hand one time, and you know, I handled the situation very nicely.
Okay.
And
you had to go in and you spoke to them.
to the principal and stuff of that nature.
Okay.
And, you know, I handled it, and I handled it very well. And I told her, like, you know, if you have a problem with your teacher, you need to come and tell daddy. You know, it's just the appropriate thing to do. Don't hide it. It could be anything.
So what do you think? What do you think makes a great father?
I would say standing by your day one words, which is love. If you're gonna say I love you, those 3 words, you need to mean it. You need to show it.
Right.
Which means every day you step out that door, you're doing it for somebody, not for yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it for self and forget about their children.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of dads out there that's just doing for self.
Yeah.
And not necessarily giving back. No matter if you're with the mother or not.
Yeah.
You should still provide, because that is your manly duties.
Right.
And that's just something you're supposed to do when you bring a child into this world.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm big on that. I'm big on that being, you know, you are responsible for that person that you're bringing in.
Yeah.
Right? You're responsible. You brought them in. Now you have to make sure that they get up to speed, right? In this world, you have to teach them everything.
Yeah, everything. You know, there's some dads out there that would, I've been in conversations with dads where, you know, they'll say, well, I'm going to get these new pair of sneakers.
Oh.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you going to buy a $200 pair of sneakers, but your child doesn't look like you.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a brand new pair of sneakers and your child, you know, has, you know, busted shoes or anything of that nature, you can, I mean, if you don't have it all in the world, I understand.
Right.
But not if you can wear a $200 pair of sneakers and your child has on, you know, busted sneakers.
Right.
Or the outfit that just looks
so what's happening is
up. It's just, it's wrong.
It's so wrong. Right. So what's happening is some of us have a real difficulty transitioning between our single lives and that moment where we have to take care of your children.
I absolutely think it's just wrong sometimes.
Right.
You know, a lot of people will see you and you look nice, but you know, you have a child also. And I would expect you want her to look nice or him to look nice or anything. Yeah. Like you just don't do that. Like,
so I guess you had the benefit of living on your own for some time, and so you understand money. You understand money in, money out.
Yes, I sacrificed a lot. There's been times where I wanted those new Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get them. I'll probably get it for my daughter first before anything, or maybe for the mother and my daughter.
Right.
Before I even have them.
Right.
That's just my mindset.
Yeah.
I don't need them.
I did that, man. I started, you know, when the budget was tough, especially after the downturn in the economy. I said, you know what? Don't buy me anything. I don't want to buy. I don't want anything new. I don't want anything.
Yeah.
You know, just I don't want to be this liability.
Right.
I don't want to be a part of a budget that I don't want to be the guy who unbalances it.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, you know, tell me how much money tell me how much money I have to eat.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll stick to that.
Yeah.
And you know what, the funny thing about eating is you don't have to actually consume large quantities of food.
Not at all.
In a day. Like if it's, you know, if either you're not, maybe not the rent, but maybe either you pay some utility instead of you know, I don't know, eating.
Yeah.
You know, a second meal that day. Well, then the utility.
Yeah.
Well, because what's going to happen?
You're going to think about that.
Yeah. I mean, so what's going to happen is if you don't pay that bill. then your relationship starts to suffer.
Yeah. And bills and stuff come in hand, and yes, that does mess up relationships.
It messes
sometimes.
up. It does.
Yeah, because you tend to argue about little things as far as bills, rent, whether it be a phone bill, or it can be daycare also. It can be daycare issues, like stuff like that. Little things like that, it counts. And, you know, you should just keep up with that versus worrying about anything else.
Right.
Because that can strain a relationship.
Right. Well, yeah, because you know, if you're messing, if you're not helping around the house, cleaning up. I mean, you're a really great guy. Yeah. You cook, you clean, I mean, you know, forget it.
Those things I learned from my grandmother, you know, and she taught me those things. Yeah. I learned how to do laundry from my mother, actually. Yeah. She used to send me out a lot.
And without that, the relationship suffers. And then, so here's what I think is, here's how I see it all playing out. You know, you're not taking care of business at home. You're not cleaning. You're not helping with the child. And then of course your wife is resenting you. And now you're not having a physical relationship with your wife. Right. And of course, so now you're looking out the window and you're going, wait a minute, it looks better over there.
Right.
But
grass in essence, may be green on the other side, maybe. No.
But in essence, what you've done is you've sort of like destroyed this opportunity, because it is an opportunity.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And now you're thinking, well, maybe I can get it over there. But then what you're going to do over there, unless you start taking part of what's going on, responsibility, then this is going to happen over and over again until you.
It becomes a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. So, the being there with your wife makes you so that you can be there for your child.
Right.
So it starts with you, right? I mean, you being present, you being nice to the mother, and then that way you get to be there for the child, which is an opportunity in itself. Right. Being a father is such an amazing opportunity.
It is. I appreciate every morning waking up and just seeing those two women in my life. Like I couldn't even explain the feeling. It's very touching.
It is a pretty cool thing. It is a pretty cool thing.
To wake up every day with the love of your life and your child.
All right, so are you going to have another child?
Future reference, yes. I want to have a son, actually. I do want to have a son. I kind of want to see how that goes.
Oh man, I don't know. It's expensive.
Yes, very.
I'm gonna have to make a lot more money if I am going to bring somebody else in.
It's pretty much the same thing I'm thinking.
Right?
Like a lot more money.
I finally understand money. I finally understand money in, money out, and I don't have enough money for another child, and I know that.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And then I'm gonna have to have enough money for a nanny.
Yeah, that's
because there's two of us, there's two children, but if there's a third child, then somebody's left out.
One. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you're right.
All right, man. So listen, we've run out of time.
Okay.
I thank you so much for being here. It really was a very interesting, fantastic conversation. And you know what? One of these days we're going to have you and your daughter here. I think that'll be really cool.
Wow. I love that.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
I love that.
All right. Well, yeah, that's it. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. If you are 16 to 24 years of age and you would like to have a conversation with me here on the show, please write me an email. Again, thank you for watching, and that's it for us. Have a great night.